Oh man, I forgot to load my 223. Shoot, I got this on here. Hey, my name's Chad. While you're here, let's take a look at swapping out and getting ready to load these 77 grains into this 223 that I've already dropped powder on. So let's take a look at this. So the Inline Fab Ultra Mount with the quick change top has these little wing nuts underneath here. That just keeps everything locked down solid. So we pop those off and then boom. So now vise is gone. And then what I'm going to do, reach over here and get my mech marksman. Drop that into place and we'll get her tightened down. And we're going to be ready to go. And just like that, I can switch functions of my press mount. Pretty cool. Okay, one more thing. Let's take a look at this down here. Okay, so one thing that I was looking at is, this is more considered a low drag bullet. So I was thinking, why not try the Hornady, the stem that they make for their ELD AMAX. I think it's going to, come down a little further and get closer to that datum line there, or the ogive, excuse me. Yeah, so you can see up here, we're stopping right about there. And then with this one, we are getting considerably deeper into it. Okay, so with the VLD stem, I want to hold my thumbnail right there. And then this is the standard stem. So considerably higher up where it's pressing. So I think getting closer down to the ogive with this is going to give me a little more consistency. So let's give that a try. So all we got to do, drop the stem in and tighten her back down. I'm using this Hornady micro adjust. So since I'm starting with a new projectile here, we're going to go ahead and loosen you considerably out. Okay, so now that we've got that in and tight, I like to make sure my numbers are going to be close to the front. And then we just lock that down. And we should be in pretty good shape right now. So we're going to take our little box of projectiles, and what I'm thinking I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to get my first one set to book standard length, and then we're going to take a look at this little guy here. So this is the Creedmoor multi-caliber ogive tool. So this attaches to your caliper and gives you a place to measure up to the ogive so you can get that more consistent measurement when setting your seating depths. Alright, so we're just going to start with this SB match. And this is in my 22.0. So I'm sure everybody knows how to do this, but just in case I get anybody new, you want to take your primered and powdered brass and then just lightly seat the bullet and then run that up. And I'm way too high there. Yep, so we didn't get any compression there. So we'll turn that down a good bit. There we go. Pressing it a little bit there, but as you can see, our cannula is way up here. So let's go down. Okay, now we're getting closer. So let's take a measurement of where we're at right now. So this shows me I'm at 2.362. Okay? Okay, so just to be fully official, we're going to reference the Sierra manual, and their 77s recommended at 2.26. So we're at 2.36. Let's come down. Let's just go here and see where we're at. I might have gone too far. Not quite. Okay. So now, that's going to put me right there about 2.308. So let's say that'll get me right about 2.30. See where this ends up. Okay, still got a little more to go. So that's putting us at 2.9. And if we go one whole number, so that should be 10 thousandths. So now we're at 2.8. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that should get me out of that 280. Should be right at 2.8. 5. 10. That should give me right about 2.78. We'll see if my eyes are correct here. 2.69. So it's pretty close. Okay. A few more notches. That's gonna give me 2.66. So let's go 1, 2, 3. When I start getting close, I get nervous. So now I'm wanting to make much finer adjustments. 2.64. Okay. This should get me right about there. Okay, that's got us sitting at 2.61. Now, all of these bullet tips have a slight variance in them. Okay, so as you can see, we're right up here on the cantilever. And we're right at 2.259. I just want to kind of get an idea. So we are just right there at the base of the cantilever. Okay, let's give this an actual magazine test. So you can see that is just right there, rubbing the edge. So I'm probably going to want to go a few deeper, just to take off the variance. It's 259. So let's try 255. Okay, that gives me 257 right there. And that does have plenty of room. Okay. So I think we'll call that okay position for right now. All right, I'm going to make a note. I always keep some notepads handy. So we'll call this the 77 grain, approximately 2.257 OAL. So we're going to make a note of what our overall length is here. I did want to show you the reason that I got that, or I keep saying damn tool. We'll take a look at the ogive tool here in a second, but I want to show you this is the reason that I'm wanting to use that tool. So that guy is going to measure 9895. Okay, there we go. 9935. 998. 995. So you get the point here. 991. So we got from 990, 991 to 995 to 988. We've got a, considerable variation, and that is just in the way these, the tips of the projectiles are cut. So I don't have a bullet pointer, so we're just going to roll with what we've got here. But from everything I have read, the better way to do this is to measure from the ogive. So what we're going to do, take this, clamp it down here, and then we just tighten these set screws. Okay, so now that's in position. Now we can take this, zero it, and now that is measuring to the ogive. Come on, zero, stay. All right, so now this is the first time I've done this, so if I'm doing this completely wrong, somebody please let me know down in the comments here. But, so I'm gonna make a note of this, 1.850. Into the case, take my next one. We'll see how accurate this is and see if I have any repeatability here. Okay. 849, so 2/1000 of a variation. I can probably live with that, or 1/1000. So that is probably going to be a much more precise way to go here. And there we are. So it looks like that's going to get me within 1 to 2/1000 each time. And there's another 851. 851 again. So that is considerably more consistent. Just to show it off here, we're going to take this off. Okay, so first one, we should be right there around 257. So 2.257, 255, 259, 254, 3.5, but we'll call it 4, 257 again. 49 up to 56. So about a 6,000 difference measuring from the cartridge overall length up to the tip from the base, but measuring from the base to the ogive, we got more like a 2 to 3,000th difference. So much more consistent measuring there, and I think we're in good shape. So I just wanted to get back into this project where I'm wanting to load up these 77 grains and see if I can take my AR out to 740 yards and make my shot from the road. We've got a couple different powder charges with 2 different powders loaded up, and I'm going to see which one is shooting the best, and then we'll work up a bigger load of that and see if we can get out to 740 yards. So I just wanted to show, setting up a new die, changing the stem, changing out something that's mounted onto the inline quick change. It is super handy if you're limited space or you want to have just one main mount and alternate which tools you want to put onto it. This is an excellent system to go with. I've been really happy with it, and I just like showing it off, so nothing wrong with that. But hey, I'm not going to bore you with loading up the rest of these rounds, but stay tuned. We're going to get them out, test them out, and then we'll see what the results are, who's going to be better. Also wanted to show off that tool from Creedmoor. So I got this so I'd have the 22 caliber for running my 223, and it's also got 243, so I can use this on my new 6 Creedmoor. And on the back side, they do have it marked in the millimeter and then inch on this side. So really handy tool. They did just come out with, like, literally 3 days after I made this order, they came out with one that measures to your to the neck there, the datum line on your cases. So you can get one tool to do multiple cases instead of like me where I've got multiple different datum tools for measuring shoulder bump. So check it out. That's at Creedmoor Sports. They're really cool. I highly recommend them. Great customer support I've got from them so far. My first one had some misprints on it and the numbers were not lining up to what was supposed to be the hole drilled out for. They sent me another one and I sent them the incorrect one back, and great customer service. That is my number one thing for a company to do, especially in these days. So great customer service companies are always going to get a shout out from me. Well, thanks for checking out this little video setting up a seating depth, and if I'm doing anything wrong, please let me know down below. I'm learning all this as I go, and I don't really have anybody to teach me besides the internet, so hopefully I'm doing it right. I guess we'll find out when I go and actually pull the trigger pretty soon. Hey, thanks for checking out this video. Getting some 223 77 grains loaded up. I wanted to show off my quick change inline fabrication mount and my Creedmoor Sports base to ogive measurement tool. If you think anybody might like to see anything from this, I'd really appreciate it if you share the video out. And if you got anything good out of this, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. I've got new stuff coming pretty well every week and lots of fun stuff in the works, and I don't want to ruin it all. But you definitely want to stay tuned and see what's going to be coming through the rest of the summer. I hope you have a great rest of your day and a wonderful weekend coming up, and I hope to see you on the next one. Have a good one. Bye.